Okay, hi everyone. I'm Kate. I'm an English teacher on Verbling, and today's class is for intermediate learners. And we'll essentially just be having some free conversation practice to work on your fluency. Okay, so I hope that those of you participating in the class will feel free to use new structures that you've learned, and uh, this is a space to practice things that you might not be comfortable with. Okay, so welcome to the students. Hi, Matt. Nice to see you. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
How's it
Fine,
going?
thanks.
Good.
Hi,
Good.
Kate.
Good to have you here. All right, and Ali, how's it going?
Uh, Good. I am fine, thank you. How are you?
You're good. I'm doing well. How's your bird?
Uh, I think he is good.
He's good.
Yeah,
I just love that picture. I feel like I have this bright, colorful bird in
yeah,
my class all the time.
yeah.
Okay.
I
Uh,
will try to teach him English, maybe.
yeah, you should teach him English. What's his name?
His name is Nico.
Nico.
Yeah.
Cool. He's very pretty.
Yes.
And hi, Raphael.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine. It's a rainy day in Rio de Janeiro. I don't like it, especially when I need to go to work, but everything is fine.
It's a rainy day in Brazil today.
Yes, yes,
I
it's
thought it.
rare,
I thought it
but
didn't rain in Brazil.
yes, it's rare. Of course, it rains here,
It
but
rains.
it's summer all the time.
Yeah, I know. Your picture is so nice. All right. Well, nice to have you here. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Carolina.
Hi, teacher. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. And hello, Daniel.
Hello, teacher. How
How
are you?
are you? Doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm ready.
Good. You're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see. Jacqueline. Hello, Jacqueline. Okay. Well, hi to Jacqueline. Nice to have you here. I'm Kate. Okay. And I think we're still waiting on a few more students. Oh, okay. Here's one. Hi, Raul.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. And where are you from, Raul?
I'm from Spain,
From Spain. Cool. What part of Spain?
the south of Spain, a
Yes.
town called Murcia.
Ah, okay. I live in Barcelona actually. So I'm in Spain. Well, not right now. I'm home visiting family in the US, but I live in Spain. Cool.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll give you an idea of how today's class will go. So a few of you were here yesterday where I tried this type of class for the first time. It's essentially, I want this to be an open conversation. I hope that you're all talking to each other and asking each other questions and really just interacting and, practicing things you've learned in your verbaling classes, right? So things that you might feel a little bit uncomfortable with, or you're not completely sure if you're using a new vocabulary word or a new grammatical structure correctly, now is a great time to practice these things, right? Because you have me
Uh,
here and I can give you some feedback. Questions?
yes, I need practice my English because this Saturday I will do a English Cambridge exam, a English Cambridge test,
Okay, which one are you taking?
the PET exam,
The pet.
V1.
Yeah, the pet is, I've helped some students with the pet, and there's a lot of speaking on the pet exam.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Hopefully this will be helpful. So yeah, it's really so. And feel free to ask me. Did I say that correctly, or is that how you use that? If you're not sure. Okay. So I have some, as we did yesterday. I have some ideas for topics prepared, but I want this to be interesting for you. So feel free to ask questions through the rest of the class if there's a certain thing you would like to talk about. Okay? So yeah.
I wanna tell you. And ask a question.
You want to ask me a question? Okay.
I don't listen to you.
Sorry. You want to ask a question? Can you hear me? Class, can everyone hear me or not?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. It must be Raul's connection. Okay. Well, Raul, when your connection recovers, feel free to. Okay, he's gone. All right. Let's see. Hi, Dom.
Hi, Kathleen.
How are you?
I'm fine. Not bad.
Good. Okay. So, again, so this is essentially, we were just about to get started with our conversation. It should be open. Feel free to discuss whatever you want, and I'll be here to sort of monitor and give feedback on anything you have questions about or problems with. So, so would anyone like to start today's discussion?
Any question?
Yeah, anything you want. What are you interested in? I feel like I'm always asking questions, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys.
Should I ask you something?
Why don't you ask the class something?
Okay, I'm going to ask Matt. What don't you like in your daily life? I mean, maybe you need to do things that you wouldn't do if you could.
Good.
For me, Matt, I'm Matt.
Yes.
Okay, and sorry, could you write this question?
Okay, can I repeat? What? Okay,
Repeat.
what don't you like to do in your daily life? I mean, things that you must do every day and you don't enjoy doing.
Okay. Usually, I like going on my bike.
You do like, though. He asked something that you don't like.
Don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't like. I don't like watching football on the TV.
You don't like watching football on the TV. Okay, good. And I think Raphael's question is a good question for the class, right? What are some things that, some obligations, some things that we have to do every day that you don't like doing?
I don't like when I have to deal with the traffic. When the
Rush
traffic
hour.
is so rush hour. I don't like to deal with it when it's so confused, so busy, so noisy.
Yeah.
And it is very is stressful.
It can be very stressful, right?
It's very stressful.
Yeah.
And I try to avoid it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I work at home, but sometimes I have to go out and face the rush hour, and so it's very I became very tired to face all this.
It can be quite exhausting.
Exhausting, okay.
Yeah. And the rest of you, do you have a bad commute to work? Is this the most annoying part of your day? Raphael seems to agree.
Yes.
I don't like about my job. I always spend my time front of the computer and I am sitting too much. maybe all day.
Hmm.
I don't like it. It's not healthy for me. I want to move or go out or something like that, but I can't. I have to stay in my office all day, usually.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm. And what's your
that's.
job?
I'm an accountant. I have an accounting office.
Oh, okay, so you're at the computer all day, right?
Yeah, and when I want to join the violin classes, and I also sitting in front of the computer.
Of
It's
course.
yeah,
Yeah.
it takes too much time.
Yeah. I feel like that sometimes too, right? Because obviously my job right now is a lot of time in front of the computer. Okay, so other thoughts on this topic. Things we have to do every day that we just wish we didn't have to do.
I don't like to be judged from other people,
To be
just
judged by others.
by others, just only appearance.
Just on appearance, okay. And do you feel that people judge you based on your appearance frequently?
Repeat, Kate, please.
Do you think that other people judge you based on your appearance frequently?
In Italy, yes.
In Italy, yes. Okay.
It's a culture.
Really? So you think it's a culture of
Yeah.
evaluating someone else based on how they look or how they're dressed?
Okay. Yes, yes, dressed.
Mm-hmm.
Or, for example, men with a long hair,
Mm-hmm.
or tattoo, or other things. Things are
Hmm.
different and normal. Okay. In
Uh-huh.
Italy, judged, to be
In Italy,
judged.
that's it. Interesting. Feel free to respond to your classmates, class.
I think it happens everywhere somehow.
Mm-hmm. It's universal, right?
Yes, yes. It doesn't matter where you are. If you are different, people judge you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think I agree about this opinion because, especially in general, in a society, you are forced to appear in that way,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the context when you have to do when you have to going to work, you have to dress properly
Mm-hmm.
uh, about that, and that's it's common. But I think I agree also with Matteo because I'm from Italy too, and I feel the same thing in that way.
You feel it's
Yes.
especially bad in Italy.
It's not bad anyway, but mm, sometimes it became annoying, I think.
It becomes annoying. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
There's a kind of a standard that you have to. It's very difficult.
Can you,
In my
sorry, can you speak a bit louder?
oh,
That's
you
better.
hear?
Yeah, that's better. I can hear you.
I think there is a kind of standard that you have to get in, but it's very difficult, and I think we have to face it. It's not right to have to have a right way to dress,
Mm-hmm.
a right way to use your hair. I think
Mm-hmm.
we have to be free, and
Yeah,
people should should respect it.
Okay, yeah. So you think that this is an issue we need to confront or deal with? Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree. Comparison. I would. I like a would to be judged just for my results.
Yeah, for your
not for
ability.
my appearance. Okay, which one my results, and after I like the comparison with other people.
Yeah. So I think by results you mean your achievements, right? The things you have accomplished.
Yes.
I think now for us it's a time for change this old culture.
Okay, good.
This is my opinion.
What you mean, Matteo? People judge you when people judge you. Yeah, they say something to you, or they are talking about your appearance between them. Maybe a kind of gossiping, something like that.
Good question.
Oh, Ali, your questions I understand a middle. Repeat, please, because it's a long question. All right, please.
If your appearance is different other people.
No. Okay.
No. I know your appearance. It's not different or extreme, something like that. But for example. Okay.
So, like, how do people judge you? Is the question, right?
Yes.
Do they say something?
Okay. For example, okay. Now I have an example. I remember an example. Do you know the story Steve Jobs? Sorry. I heard another person.
I was speaking Portuguese. Okay, I muted him. Okay. All right. So
I have an example. I remember. Okay. Do you know the story Steve Jobs, Apple?
Which one? Which story?
Steve Jobs. I know in the 70 years. 1970, when Jobs starting with your company, and an entrepreneur Italian going in California, okay, and in this time Jobs was a young, okay, and with a long hair. Not appearance good dress, okay, because he was a young, and this entrepreneur Italian, okay, old, in California, when he looked Steve Jobs, and Steve Jobs needed investment in your company, and asked this entrepreneur, please invest in my company, okay? And this Italian entrepreneur and just basically parents said, oh, I not have interest in your company because you is a young bad because. You understand?
He looked kind of like a rebel. He was young. He had long hair.
Yes. Okay. This is a true story.
Interesting.
Is it about his appearance, or maybe they think he's very young? He doesn't have any experience about job. Maybe they didn't believe him.
I believe
because of his age. Maybe he was very young. That's why.
I believe age and dress and because in Italy, for example, the old culture said this methodology for judged someone. Okay, here in Italy, you judged just only not for only your results, but your appearance. But your, for example, if you know someone good person, okay. For me, this is a big mistake.
I want to ask that how do you know they didn't invest money his company because of his appearance? They said that to him directly something about his appearance. Maybe they said you are not looking good. That's why we don't invest
Like,
money.
we don't like that hair, so you're out.
Or they mention about that maybe another place they write their memories, something like you read somewhere this story.
It was probably a combination of being young and looking sort of different from the typical businessman. I would guess that this was something that people interpreted later from the situation, right? Like
Sorry, I'm Italian too, but I have a different idea about that.
Okay,
because,
go ahead.
When you, I think when you are looking for a job or have to propose something about planning on, and you have to talk with owner of enterprise for project or something like that, especially in a big company. I think also in a foreign country is the first appearance is it's important. Not for me personally, but I think it's usually used in I think someone in I think almost in everywhere about that.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? In business, kind of there's an image of how a business person should look, and it should be professional.
Because the person you have you the first met when you had the first met didn't know any about you.
Yeah.
And the first appearance is it's I think the beginning.
The first impression.
Yes, the first impressions, and so is not the only things, obviously, but I think it's a good visit ticket. I don't know what is the mean. Sorry, like. Business card, I think, is not when you have to present you with a small card ticket. When,
a business card. Business card.
Yes, it's.
Okay, it's like a business card.
And otherwise, I think it's in Italy. It's a bad attitude to judge in free time when you met some people or when you are in a group and a friend presents you and you have you dress in your own way and it's not fashion or trademark and you met people who follow the style. I think in that way. In England, I don't know, in US, they call that person posh person.
Posh, yeah, posh. We would say here.
Yes.
You could say posh, or I don't know how else we would
Yes.
say it. Yeah, posh.
Not really. They don't judge about people, but or person. They judge about your dresses or your style or where you looks like or something like that.
So you're saying these are two different situations, right? A business situation is different because your first impression, you have this short meeting to present an idea, whereas if you're presented to a friend of a friend, for instance, you probably will have time to get to know that person, right? To really know their personality.
Sorry, I can't understand. I cannot understand because I heard some cats in a cat voice.
You heard a cat voice?
No, not cat animal, catty voice.
Okay. No, I was saying I think you're separating them into two different interactions, right? Two different situations, personal and business.
Yes.
And I have a larger question for the class. What do you think about, so Carolina, you were mentioning that we need to sort of change our idea of what someone should look like, the norm. And what do you think about people with, like tattoos and piercings? People always say, oh, you need to cover those up if you go to a job interview. Do you think this is a good thing?
In my opinion, it doesn't have to make difference. But here in Brazil, depends on the kind of job. This person maybe has to cover then tattoos or take off the piercings. And I think it is wrong. We must to think about what's the concept, what is a good appearance. Here in Brazil, for example, some kinds of jobs, if you have curly hair, you had to straighten it to get the job. And why? You was born with this hair. You are identified because of this hair, and have to straight up to get a job. And this is just an example. I think that is that's standard. That standard is very cruel for us because most of us don't get in this standard. Okay? And for me, good appearance is the person has to be clean, with good clothes, but nothing more than this.
And so, have you experienced that personally, where they've said, "Okay, Carolina, or you straighten your hair before interviews"?
Oh no! I in the past I straightened my hair because I thought that is more acceptable, more easy. But then I realized that's fake. That's not me.
Good for you.
And here in Brazil, a lot of women are start to thinking about it, but there is a lot of prejudice about it.
Yeah, good. Comments or reactions to that?
I like the person with tattoo, and I don't like a person with piercing. But I don't like a person with tattoo in all body, for example. But I can't to judge someone for this.
You can't judge someone for this.
Before I need to know this person.
Okay, so you're saying personally, you prefer certain looks to other looks, but anyone should be able to do what he or she wants with his or her body. Any other reactions to this?
I don't know. I think it's in where you are in a job, but it's not my opinion. I think it's just like by observation of reality. I think more neutral you are with dresses or something like that, more people you can you have more chance to interact with more people, because sometimes just I heard and there is something who likes tattoo, and there are someone who likes tattoo and someone who didn't like person, or the opposite of that. So I'm sure that person cannot be interesting. Maybe he takes a risk to don't be an interesting and a particular person about he looks like, but he have more chance to don't hurt I think like sensible or feelings about other people when you have to work, especially I think in a way of I think jobs like hospitality, or when you have to job with your appearance. I think it became more important.
Okay. Yeah, so I think it depends a lot on what your field is, and also your culture, right? I'm sure this, what is an acceptable standard of dress is very different culturally.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like any other comments on this? One thing I want to ask you well, I'll ask if there are other comments on this first.
In our society, I think the people who likes piercing and tattoos have a lot of, or have more problem than people who don't have tattoos or piercing.
What do you mean by problem?
For looking for a job.
Okay, yeah, so they have more difficulties looking for jobs.
If you have a job in front of a general public, like a customer or salesman or saleswoman.
You can be a salesperson.
Maybe I think it's difficult because your boss maybe choose the person who don't have any maybe big tattoo or big piercing on your face, or maybe you could have a tattoo on your body, hide it.
You would have to hide it. Yeah, so it's kind of similar to what Dom was saying, right? That it makes it difficult to do these customer service jobs because people are very sort of prejudiced against it.
I particularly don't like any tattoo, no piercing.
Mhm.
but I don't have any problem working with
Mhm.
people.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Do any of you work in sales or in like customer service?
No,
No.
no.
And what are some? So I know. Let's see, Raphael. I know you're a teacher, right? Oh, sorry. Yeah, Raphael, are you there? I'm not sure if he's there. Anyway, I think Raphael's a teacher, which is interesting. And Ali, you're an accountant. Does anyone have a particularly interesting job or project that he or she is working on now? And does anyone get to take summer vacation from his or her job this year?
No,
No, no vacations?
not yet.
Actually,
Not yet? No one's taking a vacation this year.
I have vacation next week.
Next week you have
Ah.
vacation. That's nice. And
But just for 10 days in South Italy, where I born.
where you were born. So okay, so
In South Italy.
you're traveling to visit family?
Yes, for family, and so this is not vacation because I'm going for meet my family. But in South Italy, there's a sea, beach, sun. It's good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nice.
Okay, vacation, 10 days.
Good. Has anyone else
Trend
traveled?
topic vacations.
Sorry,
Trend topic vacations.
train topic?
Yes.
vacation.
What do you mean?
In summer, trend topic vacation.
It's a trendy topic.
Trendy topic.
Trend,
Sorry.
A trendy
Okay,
topic.
sorry.
Yeah,
Trendy topic.
I know it's everything everyone talks about. Is anyone else traveling, or have you traveled somewhere interesting lately?
Mm,
No.
No.
I'm planning to go abroad.
Okay. Where
Out-
will you?
out
Where do you want to
Italy,
go?
but not in this month.
Not this month.
Not this month, and not for summer. I think in autumn.
Do you know where you want to go?
Yes, I think I'm going to go in London,
To London.
UK. Yes, but for for looking for a job, I think, because
to look for a
actually,
job.
yes, actually I have a forced vacation
Okay.
now
Fair
in
enough.
Italy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, London is a really interesting place.
Yes, yes, I think, but not for. I think it's interesting for career. I think career, because I don't know if it's I've been there just once,
Once.
and yes, and I feel I had a good impression about city
Yeah,
personally.
you had a good impression of the city. Yeah. Do most of you live in the city or in like a smaller town or a suburb?
I live now. I'm living in a small city. It's good for vacation because it's near the sea and it's in a good place in Italy, like Sardinia. It's
Nice.
in Sardinia,
Oh, okay.
and yes,
Hmm.
it's not bad for vacation, but I think it's not good for jobs. Yes, it's
Good for
interesting. It's a
vacation,
quite
not for jobs.
yes.
Yeah.
It's quite city. I think it's a very good place for retiring, and and I think for spend more or spend time uh, to living in healthy. I think
Mhm.
it's
And
it's good.
don't they speak?
It's not
Do they speak Catalan there in Sardinia?
there is.
Do they speak
Sorry.
Catalan?
Yes, I'm living just in only, but it's in only area. It's like it's just in my city
And
only that
do you
they
speak it?
speak. Yes, I speak a little bit Catalan
You speak a
because
little
it's
bit.
my dialect. Because my city, it was a colony of Catalans.
Yeah. No, I knew there was
Uh,
one place in Italy where it was spoken, and I thought it was Sardinia. That's
yes,
very cool.
it's just my city. It's the
Huh.
only place where speaking Catalan in all Sardinia.
Wow. Cool.
Teacher, do you speak Catalan?
Yeah, I do. I've been
Ah.
living. I was living in the last for the last year in Andorra, which is. Do you guys know where that is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a teeny.
I was skiing.
You went skiing there.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was working in a school there, in like a high school. So everything, my whole day was in Catalan. So yeah.
Ah, okay,
So
yes.
You speak better than Spanish.
about the same.
Something like that. It's
About the same.
it's a middle way for Spanish and French, I think. So
Yeah, it's similar. To both.
something like that.
And
Yeah.
sorry,
I hope the Catalan don't hear you.
Sorry.
I hope.
You hope they don't hear me. No. I mean, obviously, it's quite different. I think it's a very interesting language. It has a very rich history. So, I like it. I think it's a beautiful language.
In my city, there are very it's twins, I think, when they join with other city in Catalan, and there are many many I don't know when the people met.
Yeah,
The
so they
Catalan people met my hometown people.
I'm sure they have sort of like exchanges and things like that.
Yes, yes, there are more exchanges about Catalan.
Interesting.
Yes.
And so, what about the rest of you? What are your hometowns like?
What you mean, big city or small city? It's about population, number of population, or
Just what it's like. I mean, for me, I guess my idea of a big city might be different. You know, it's very relative, asking about a big city or a small town, but just what's it like in general? Is it crowded? Is it, do you live, I mean, I feel like a lot of people live near the beach, which must be nice, right? At least 3 of you. I know, Carolina, you said you live near the ocean too, right?
Yes, I live in Rio de Janeiro.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so you're near the beach. Dom is right in this beautiful tropical place, and Rafael lives near the beach also.
No.
where?
here is no beach.
There's no beach there. So what's your city or town like, Ali?
My city in my country, I can say not very small city. It's an average city, maybe. It's located eastern Turkey, and I don't know. Maybe the population like about 400,000 people live in this city, but it's not a development city. And here is no industry or a kind of entertainment nightclubs or something like that.
You're saying it's not very developed.
Yeah, people are a kind of conservative people live in this city, and there is no sea or beach. We have only a small lake.
Okay.
Yeah, uh, it's
Interesting.
quite city. I don't know, and most of people are Kurdish in
Most
this
people are
city.
Kurdish. So you
Yeah.
do live in the eastern part of Turkey?
What?
Which part of Turkey do you live in? Like the eastern part?
Yeah, Eastern
Okay,
part.
cool.
I like to live here in my city. I think my city is very beautiful, has a lot of natural beauties, has some problems too.
Mhm.
But there is a city that I choose to live. I lived here from 1 year till 14. Then I moved. Then I returned in 2009,
Mhm.
and I intend to live here forever. I
When
like.
do you remember the phrasal verb?
Huh? Settle down.
Yeah, you've settled down there. Yeah,
I
good.
intend to settle down here.
Good. Good.
Mm.
I'm always curious about people's hometowns. For me, I grew up in a city, and I think it would be hard to live in a place where there wasn't, a lot of things to do, and art and museums and nightlife and things like that. It was a strange experience living in the country for a year.
I think I couldn't live in a place. I could stand living in a place where people are not friendly. Most of them are not friendly. I mean, that's what I like about my country. And
Mhm.
I think I told you that before. You can come to Brazil all by yourself and you're
Mhm.
going to make a lot of friends.
That sounds nice.
Yes.
Carolina, do you agree with that?
Oh, of course, I agree with Rafael because here in Brazil, the Brazilians always help the tourists that came
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
We are very friendly.
Mhm. I've heard that. And that's a big difference culturally. Like, I think in the US, depending on where you are, people can be friendly. Like, especially in the south of the country. People are very open. They'll invite you to have dinner at their house. They're really nice.
Andaluces.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same in every country, right?
That's
And here we don't care if you don't speak Portuguese or you speak a little. We always try to communicate.
Hmm. Okay, that's nice.
What you mean? People help tourists or something like that. If I go to Brazil and I have no money and I have nowhere to stay, and I just knock a door, and can I say, can you, can I stay here, maybe a night or 2 nights, something like that?
Do you know couch surfing?
Couch surfing.
Yeah.
Yes, couch surfing. Do you
Yeah,
know it?
has everyone heard of that?
Yeah, because
No.
it is different. Just because we are friendly, it doesn't mean that I'm going to invite you to come to my house if I don't know you to. Yes, I think it doesn't happen. But you can go there and you can say, "Oh, I'm considering traveling to Brazil next year, and I don't have a lot of money. Would someone help me with that? Could I stay at someone's home?" And I'm sure that someone will offer you uh, a bedroom
Hmm.
or a couch for you to sleep. But
So
you
friendly,
need
but
to,
not.
yes, you need to let them know in advance.
So Ali, just send them a message ahead of time, and then you'll be okay. But yeah, Couchsurfing is an interesting website. Have any of you used it?
No.
Yes, that's
You,
where that's where I met Bradley. That I told you before. I know someone from California. Was it
okay.
was it you?
Yeah, you told me that. Hmm.
Yeah, yes. Now he came to Brazil twice, and
Hmm.
I'm planning to go to California.
Oh, cool. And so he used couch surfing when he was in Brazil, and that's how you met
Yes.
him? Okay.
He stayed at my home.
Yeah, I've had some people stay with me through couch surfing, and I was kind of wary about it. I was a little bit nervous at first, but I've met some really interesting people through doing it. Does everyone know how this works? Couch surfing?
No.
Yes, I know that works.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you, someone can explain it, yeah.
Kite surfing, it's a sport, I think, it's sport activities, no?
Not really. It's, Rafael, why don't,
But
About coach?
just table.
It's a sport of sleeping.
Kite surfing, not kite surfing.
couch surfing. Couch like a sofa.
Ah, couch surfing. Okay, no. I understand kite surfing.
Ah, got it. Kite surfing. Okay, yeah, very different. Very different.
Yes, it's opposite, I think.
The opposite, yeah. One is very active and one is very involved. Well, as Rafael said, it's a sleep sport.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Rafael, why don't you explain what it is?
Okay, I'll try.
All right.
It's a website that you can share cultural things, but it's about traveling. You want to know a different place, and there are a lot of people there. And for example, I want to go to the United States, and I go there and I look for people who can offer me to stay at their houses.
Who can host you?
To host me, yes, to host me for free. For free. Of course, sometimes we do things in exchange, but mostly it's for free.
Hmm. Yeah, so it's people who are interested in traveling, who welcome people, travelers into their homes, and then with the idea that when you travel, you will be looking to stay with someone.
Yeah. And what I really like about it is that if you come to my home and if you are messy, if you are rude or something, I can go there and leave a comment about you.
Exactly.
And that's why we need to behave when we.
Exactly.
Yes, we need to be polite. It doesn't matter when
You
or
can
where.
review your guests.
Yes, but if you are rude, you're not going to get any coach from anywhere because people will read it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So for those of you who hadn't heard of this before, what do you think of it, of an idea like this?
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not that.
Would you use it?
I prefer a hotel.
You prefer a hotel. Okay, traditional. Ali, would you use it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Yeah, I think it depends.
I'm too old.
You're too old. I don't know about that. I had some couch surfing requests from people who were like 60 or 70, so we had one guy come stay in our apartment, and we didn't really know much about him, and he turned out to be like, I think he was like 58 or 59, so a little bit weird, but in theory, you're never too old to couch surf. So. And there's
I
also
think it's really helpful because sometimes I agree with Carolina. I would stay in a hotel always because I think it's more comfortable. You can do whatever you want. Sometimes you don't want to talk. Yeah, sometimes you don't want to talk, and if you stay at someone's house, you need to be polite. You need to keep talking. You need to communicate, and sometimes you're not in a mood. But sometimes we don't have money to do that, and it's helpful if you don't have a lot of money and you're willing to travel. Try it.
Yeah, I think.
When you finish money, try.
Yeah, when your money runs out, you can try it. I think it's good to students, young travelers, people who are exploring new places, or maybe, if you're traveling across Europe or something and you want to, see a ton of different places on a limited budget, I think it can be good. But, yeah, and I would imagine, are all of you interested in travel? I don't know, people learning languages tend to like traveling and want to travel. Is this the case for all of you?
Yes, it's my case.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I've never traveled abroad.
You've never traveled abroad, but you will travel to the U.S.
Yes.
Cool. And the rest of you?
I never traveled abroad too, but there is a goal that I want to achieve soon.
It's a goal you want to achieve soon.
Yeah.
And where would you want to go?
New York.
To New York? It's worth it. It's cool. It's a really great city.
I traveled. I went to Germany last year. But I don't feel that I didn't feel there. I am maybe stranger, like stranger, because there is a lot of relative or friend of mine.
Wait, sorry. Say that again. You didn't feel what?
I didn't feel like a stranger in the Germany, in that city, because I have a lot of friends or relatives. My cousins live there.
Ah, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah, they are always near me, and it's sometimes good, sometimes bad. I think you don't have any opportunity to learn language or meet new people.
Yeah, that's true. So traveling with a group is more comfortable, but as you said, traveling more independently forces you to speak the language, meet new people.
Yeah, because you speak your native language when you with your friends or relatives. They help you and translate to German and Kurdish.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, we're running out of time. I didn't realize. Any final comments or thoughts?
I think this could happen more often. Random conversation.
Okay, good.
I mean, because I think it is better sometimes. I'm not saying that the other classes are not cool. They are. But I think it is better for us to have a nice common conversation.
Okay, I'm glad. Well, this is definitely something I've liked yesterday's class and today's class. I think it's interesting, and I hope as we continue these open conversation classes, students get more comfortable just speaking with each other and asking questions to one another, and I'll have to intervene less and less, and then I can just sit back and relax, okay? And I'll help you when you need help, of course. So,
Yes.
Great. Yes?
No, yes, I think it's good training too.
Good. I'm glad. And it puts you in a more realistic or natural situation, because this is what it's like speaking to native speakers. Okay. All right, so really pushing the time. It was great to have all of you here. Good participation, and I hope to see all of you soon. Okay?
Okay.
All right, have a good day.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.